Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Francisca, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make the easiest sleeve ever. Like, this is the most simplest sleeve you can ever make. It is called a flutter sleeve. I'm going to show you how to make it from start to finish, and you can even go with the dimensions of the fabric that I used in this tutorial, or you can actually tweak it to suit your style. If you are new here, please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you get updates when I post new videos, and let's get right into the tutorial. So I have my fabric here. It is measuring 27 inches in length, and I have 11 inches on this side. So I don't know if you can see that. I have 11 inches here, and this is on fold. So it means altogether I have 27 inches by 22 inches altogether. We are creating a different kind of flutter sleeve, which will have cuff at the end. So basically the upper part of this sleeve will sort of like have a flare, then we have the armhole, and then we have the rest of the sleeve. So what I'm going to do now is determine how much flare I want. So I'm going to be marking about 7 inches here. You can go with more than 7 inches. You can go with less. It depends on you. But whatever you go with, just know that it will ultimately affect the length of your sleeve. So if I go with 10 inches now and I mark my armhole, you realize that the length of my sleeve is going to be shorter. Do you understand? Because basically your sleeve length is starting from here. This part is just forming like a flare. That's part of the design. So you need to know how much of the flare you want before you go ahead and cut your fabric out. So what we are going to do now is draw something like a circle. Can you see what I'm doing? I just freehanded it. So I just drew something like this. I'm going to measure this now. So I have about 6.75 inches. If we multiply this by 2, this 6.75 inches, if we multiply it by 2, that will give us 13.5 inches. So this is not going to be, for me, it's not going to be enough to, cover the armhole of whatever dress I want to be fixing the sleeve on. So what you need to do is just make that adjustment on it. You don't need to do any calculations or too much measurements for this type of sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this again. I have less. Another way to do this, instead of going more in length, you can, adjust your circle so that it goes in more. Do you understand? You can adjust your circle so that it goes in more. So that's what I've done right here. I hope you can see that, and then I'll go ahead again and measure. And I'm having something close to my armhole measurement. Very, very important that you have your dress already sewn up. What is left is to fix the sleeve. So once I'm satisfied with this part now, what I'm going to do next is to determine my cuff circumference. So whether I want it at my wrist or at my cuff, like I said, is dependent on the length of this. So if I should measure from here now to this point, I have 19.5 inches. Can you see that? And I'll be adding a cuff of about 3 inches to this, so which will make this 22 inches, and I'll be having that right around this point. So I'll mark my cuff circumference, and that is going to be 12 inches for me. We're going to have half an inch seam allowance inclusive. So 12 divided by 2, that is 6. So I'm going to mark that here. The seam allowance is inclusive, so you need to know that. So once we have marked our armhole area, once we have marked our cuff circumference, what we're going to do now is to shapen out the flare. So I'm going to come from this top right here as if I'm trying to draw a circle. Can you see what I'm doing? Just go ahead and curve it out like this. Your width will determine how much flare you are going to get, the width of your fabric. So I'm going to curve it out like this till I get to this, our cuff circumference here. So you can decide to shapen this part out how you want it. You can go with a zigzag shape, you can go with a slant shape all the way to this point, or you can come like this, can you see, and then go straight down. So can you see that? So this is what I have. What I'm going to do now is to cut this out. So this is what your sleeve is going to look like by the time we finish cutting. What you will need to do at this point is to go ahead and use a bias tape to conceal just this outside part. You can go ahead and hem it if you want, and then after concealing the edge with a bias tape, go ahead and attach the cuff. I'm done attaching the bias to the edges, and this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is to attach the cuff to this part. So if you decide that you want to pleat this area, just go ahead and add your pleat allowance when you are creating the pattern on your fabric. Here is my cuff fabric, and this is what I have. I measure 3 inches for the length, and I have a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the bottom to join it to the main sleeve. So I cut it a little longer than the main sleeve. Can you see that? Can you see right here? I cut it a little longer because I want to have like this overlap towards the back of the sleeve. So what I'm going to do now is take this to my sewing machine. First of all, I will fold this in by the seam allowance. Then I'm going to sandwich the sleeve inside like this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'll sandwich the sleeve inside, fold the seam allowance over, and then go ahead and stitch this down. So that's what I'm going to do till I get right to this end. I'm going to stitch it very, very neatly, and then I'll come show you guys what we have. So after sewing, this is what I have. Can you see the flare effect going on here? This is what it looks like. I pinned this to the armhole of my mannequin to sort of illustrate the pinning of the sleeve to the armhole of your dress. So this is how it is going to look by the time you attach it to your bodice or to your dress. This is how it's going to look. I actually like the dramatic effect of the sleeve, the fact that you can get a flare sleeve and then a long sleeve at the same time. So it's a very, very beautiful sleeve. You can go on and try it and see how it looks, but it definitely will give an edge to your dress. It will make it look a little different. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was actually a quick one. Thank you for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.